going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's episode, we're going to continue working on this Jaguar F-Type R. As you guys seen last episode, we removed all the airbags and seat belts. Now we have all our parts in, so we're going to start with putting the entire interior together. We got our belts on our airbags, everything can go back in, and then we're going to move on to fixing the radiator. So let's not waste any time and get this part pulled in and start putting it together. Alrighty guys, check that out. So we got this airbag installed, we got the seat installed, we put all the covers back on, everything is, the whole interior is 100% put back together. Seat belts are working, everything is done. So now we don't have any extra parts laying around in the trunk, and we're ready to put it on the lift and start working on the radiator. Alrighty guys, so as you just seen, we went ahead and removed all the front. There was a condenser and a secondary radiator, and what we have left is the main radiator and the cooling fan. So we can't get to that until we remove this hood. The way it's designed is just in the way. So one thing we noticed is all we bought was a radiator, the condenser, and the fan. And when we took it apart, apparently there's two extra radiators. So this is a intercooler radiator that goes on there, which we didn't order. And then there's auxiliary radiator that also runs along the bottom flat here. which was completely missing, so we had no idea that was even a thing. So we went ahead and ordered those parts. While we're here, I noticed, for example, like this little plastic molding is missing on this side. Some of these other plastics are broken, so we went ahead and ordered the rest of the stuff. I think the order came out to like, what was it, like 1,500 or something like that? $1,000 of just random small pieces, not including the radiator. But I think so. I mean, we're just gonna have to wait till we get the rest of the parts in now. We also noticed that this bar was damaged, so we went in and ordered that, and just a bunch of other small things. I think we have 100% of the parts ordered now, hopefully. You never know with these types of builds when you get into it, you know, you're putting everything together, there's gonna be one or two small things. I really hope not. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this right now. We're gonna put this battery on charge, so that way it's charging. Yeah, he's gonna lower the car right now. Oh, watch the lift it back up, Whoops. Well, good thing it was already damaged.
Beat down even more.
Thank God it wasn't that new one. If it was that one, that would have been a costly mistake. So we're gonna put this battery on charge right now. While we wait for the rest of the parts to come in, we might go ahead and do some of the electrical wiring. If we do, you know, obviously you guys will see it on the video. We'll let you guys know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now. So it's a couple of days later here, guys, and as I was telling you earlier, there was a third radiator, secondary radiator that we didn't order. So we got those parts in. Mr. Rubin already started working. We got the hood removed. We got the rest of the radiator and the fan removed. So now it's time to get all the new parts in. And for the battery, we went ahead and tried to charge the battery, but it's no good. It wasn't taking any charge. So we got a brand new one in here now, so we can get it to start every time without having to hook up a freaking jump box. So let's get working. We ordered, it was a radiator grommet. Here you go. And all these other hoses and brackets and all types of stuff that was missing. We're about to get ready to put this radiator in right now. Alrighty guys, check that out. So we got the fan, radiator, and condenser all installed. All the hoses are connected. All the pipes are bolted in right there and there. All the hoses along the top are all clipped in, clamped in, all that. So this is 100% up to this point. Next, what we have is going to be right here. And that is the auxiliary radiator. So we got this new from the dealer. So you could see it kind of has like a little air scoop on the bottom. And Essentially it sits up just like that along the bottom, and it scoops in air through here and runs it through the radiator. And then we also have the intercooler here, which goes in before that one goes in. So we just went for lunch right now. Once we come back, we're gonna install the rest of the stuff and button everything up in the front. We also got these little plastic pieces like this one for this side, you know, this piece, everything that's broken up here. So, oh, and the other thing is you might have saw us taking off this foam off the old radiator. That one came off this side. There's one that runs along the top, and also one on this side. So we went ahead and got that foam out. We're gonna be installing it on the top and the two sides with a little bit of glue. Should be no issue. So yeah, let's continue working when we get back from lunch and try to get this thing fully cooled under its own power, so that way we can leave it running, and who knows, maybe even take it for a test drive. Alrighty guys, so one issue that we're having right now is that this harness that's broken off plugs in to the coolant pump right down there. And it runs along the bottom right here and comes to here. So this is broken off, but we cannot find any of matching color wires. We can't find where this plugs into. So we're gonna have to do a lot of research, a lot of calling around to try to figure this out, because there's no way we can bleed the system until that water pump is running. Only thing that's gonna happen is it's gonna fill up the bottle, you know, fill up the radiators as much as possible, but it's not gonna get rid of all the air bubbles. So we're gonna try to work on figuring that out, and hopefully we can come up with something soon, because there's not a lot of information on these cars online. Very hard to find any kind of information really. So I guess we'll just keep researching and let you guys know when we figure it out. Alrighty guys, so after doing some research, we found that this plug right here is for the water pump. So we don't have the harness end, so we went ahead and plugged in the wires into the harness, the ones with the crimps, and the one wire that did not have a crimp, we just stuck a pick in there, as you can see, to hold it in place temporarily and see if this is working and make sure that it's the correct wiring harness. In there, I think that's it. The scanner will tell us if we are right or wrong. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to find the module that controls that coolant pump. I couldn't find it, so I decided to just run all the codes and then clear everything. As you can see, almost every module has a code, but now that everything's assembled together, a lot of those codes should go away. So I'm just looking for which module controls that coolant pump so I can see if it's receiving any kind of signal, see if the car detects it, and then we'll know if our wiring is correct or not. So after about 20 minutes of trying to bleed the system, we finally got it to work, and it is fully bled. As you can see, the coolant temperature right now is at halfway on the left hand side, and it is consistently staying there. There's no water bubbles, all the coolant is flowing properly. So this is awesome. Now it's ready to be cooled under its own power. So our trick worked because that coolant temperature, coolant level is perfect. We have to stick a little pick in there for now to keep it held up. So we're gonna have to order a new pigtail for this and re-crimp it so that way we can get it plugged in like original. We also figured out what these 4 wires are for. If you can see the colors here on this side, there's the same colors except for one of them, but pretty much same type of wire. This is for the air intake boxes. So as you can see, this is the hose, connects up right there and kind of resides right there. And also the MAF sensor is in that box. This is the other side. So that's what those are for. That's for that sensor. This is for the headlight. The only thing we have not figured out yet, which I think I just figured out actually talking through with you guys on this camera, is this plug, but I'm pretty sure that this is for the harness of the bumper. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's also this plug, which sits somewhere like right there in the middle. I don't know if there's some kind of sensor that sits in this front end, maybe like a cruise control sensor or something like that. Whatever it is, that's what it's for. So yeah, everything is running, the temperature is sitting halfway, and everything is looking great. Now the only thing that's going on is that the alternator is not charging. So the battery in the back shows to be getting 11.3 volts. The jump spot up front shows to be getting 15. So that's really weird. That means the alternator is working, but there's some kind of broken wire or fuse or something that's not letting that charge go to the battery itself. As soon as we remove the battery, the car just shut off. So if we had look at the fuse box that's in the trunk here, what is this, like a power distribution box? Yeah. Saying that one side is showing 11 volts, the other side is showing 15. So it's very possible that one of these fuses right here might be blown. So we're gonna try to switch some wires around and see if we can figure that out. So we disconnected these 2 wires. Now we just gotta hook up the voltmeter there and see if it's giving the power we need. Let's see. You wanna do this side first?
Why?
There's our negative right there.
Yeah, there. 12
giving
volts.
12 volts, okay. 0.
Nothing. This one is
The
good.
other side is
This
giving
fuse
12.
is busted.
So this fuse is no bueno. It's probably like those BMWs that have the airbag deployment fuses. It's probably the same thing.
The thing is, the thing, no, the airbag deployment fuse is right here. This is the distribution, like that shit for like this.
Yeah, power distribution box.
Yeah.
That's off a Chevy. Is it the same type of fuse?
No,
Maybe a Ford might be a same fuse?
no, you have to change the whole shit. This one piece.
Oh, this one's
That's
a one piece.
250.
This is not one piece though. This is separate. No, this
You
is
have to
separate.
replace both these two.
No.
Yeah,
Just
we,
one.
We want. Yeah, you can. Let me see.
Yeah, just one.
Yeah, now
You
I
don't
have to
do
get this
both.
deal.
Yeah, but now we know at least what's going on. So we're gonna have to order one of those fuses in so we can get the battery charging. So that's the fuse we're looking for right there. And look at that. It's got a Ford logo on there. Do you guys see that? Ford.
Bro, I told
So this should be super easy to find.
I told this guy we'll jump.
Alrighty guys, so we got all the mechanical work done. Got the coolant system bled, as I was explaining to you guys, you know, how we figured out the wiring and everything. So now it is ready to go to the body shop. But before we can do that, I give the wash outside so we can see where all the paint damage is and, you know, figure out exactly what it is we need to paint and what might be able to get away without paint. I'm pretty sure it's going to require a full paint job, but you know, we still want to give it a wash. It doesn't look good. You see that right there, you know, it's not the way this car should be sitting. So let's get this thing washed up. Alrighty guys, so we got this whole thing cleaned up. Now we can see everything that's going on with the body, where all the scratches are. So this whole side of the car definitely needs paint. Obviously we knew that. And notice one scratch right here on the quarter panel, right there. A couple scratches here as well on the quarter panel. This whole door is completely scratched. Only thing is the roof is in good condition. But comment down below if you guys think we should do a black roof.
You know what?
I think that would look good.
Better than that.
A black roof and this piece also blacked out. I think that'll look good. My brother doesn't agree. But if you guys want it, we'll do it. Let us know in the comments. But yeah, now it's ready to go to the body shop now that it's been cleaned up a little bit. I also cleaned up all the wheel wells. I don't know if you guys can see, there's too much light right now. But they were full of dirt from when it fell in the ditch. So that's all looking good.
Look at this side.
It's gonna be a complete.
That's all looking good now. Got all that cleaned up. I cleaned out all the rims. I don't know if you guys remember, the rims are full of a lot of mud. So that's also all cleaned up. So now it's ready to go to the body shop. Alrighty guys, so that's gonna be a wrap for this video. As you guys saw, we went ahead and got our interior 100% put back together. We also got our radiator, condenser, fan, intercooler, and our auxiliary radiator all put in. We got our AC system charged. It is blowing super cold. We got our coolant system all bled out. All that is 100%. We also went ahead and got our alternator situation figured out. As you guys know, the battery wasn't being charged even though the alternator was putting out power. So we found that fuse. We jumped it for now temporarily and everything's working fine. We got a new fuse on the way. So hopefully that should be in soon. Our reduced power sign went off and it's no longer doing this weird startup. It's starting up fine. It's running fine. So you know what that means? We're gonna be taking this for a test drive first thing in the next video. So make sure you guys stay tuned. As well as for the front wiring here, especially for the water pump. As you guys remember, the wires got completely ripped off. So before we can take it on a test drive in the next video, we're gonna have to somehow figure out how to secure those wires, maybe temporarily splice them together while we wait for our connector to come in. But that's pretty much gonna be it. We got a lot of work done in this video today, and now this build should just move right along. it should be done here and very soon. We're very excited for that, and hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like if you enjoyed, and also hit the bell icon so you don't miss out when we post the next one.